Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. In this video, I'm going to talk about one of the capabilities where we wanted to set multi-factor unlock from Microsoft Intune, right? And there is a lot of configuration that we need to do between digital trust signal provider as well as between Intune, right? And now there might be different questions, right? So questions include why do we wanted to enable multi-factor unlocking capability on Windows devices. Those are managed by Intune, right? And even if we have Windows Hello for Business, including multi-factor authentication on user identities, right? Still, why do we wanted to use that, right? So there are different scenarios why we wanted to use it or why we should use it, right? So it totally depends on the organization and how they wanted to make sure their devices are safe and secure, right? So I'm going to talk a bit more on that, right? And let's understand what is multi-factor unlocking first, right? So multi-factor unlocking is the capability of Windows Hello for Business, right? So that's an advanced capability and which works on signal credentials, including PIN and biometrics to unlock the devices, right? And therefore, there are different credentials, including maybe PIN which user has to use. Another is going to be biometric. And why do we want to use it, right? So if in case the people who are working from the office locations or they are working from any locations where there is a chance that someone would do the shoulder surfing so that user's PIN is being captured by that user or someone else. And then once that user is back, or maybe the actual owner is moved out of the device and someone comes on that device and try to enter the PIN, that means user gets the access, right? So that's one of the case where user can get access on the device. And when user has PIN plus biometric, so that's the multi-factor unlocking, right? That's the advanced capability of Windows Hello for Business. And even if that unknown person or bad actor tries to use the PIN and it is not going to work because they have to enter the biometric address, right? So it is ideal for different organizations and scenarios, right? So let's say the first scenario is how express that the PIN alone doesn't meet their security requirements, right? The organization who want to prevent information workers from sharing credentials between teams and group of people, right? So anyone who wanted to be stopped. The next scenario is the organization who want to comply with the regulatory two-factor authentication policies, right? Wherever they have such regulatory requirements, be it country specific or any locations, right? And then the next one is the organization who wants to retain the Windows familiarity and sign-in capabilities and user experience and not to settle for any of the third party and custom solutions, right? So these are the four scenarios where each organization would go for Windows Hello for Business unlocking feature or unlocking capability, right? Which works on signal credentials, including PIN and biometrics together, right? So now how it actually works, right? So it works in a way where we have first unlock factor credentials and then second unlock factor credentials, right? So these are responsible for the bulk of the organization or configurations, right? And then it also responsible with global unique identifier, which is going to be configured between that third party provider and the devices or the Intune managed devices, basically, right? So this policy has three components, which we will configure. The first one is first unlock factor credentials, second unlock factor credentials, and third one is signal rules for device unlock, right? So I'll share my screen and I'll quickly give you more details, right? Which is already available on the Microsoft documentation, but I wanted to make sure you also know and learn, understand it, right? So you can see that this is the Microsoft multi-factor unlock capability, right? And Here are the scenarios where the organization want to use multi-factor unlocking capabilities, right? And then how it works. So here are the three policy settings or components that are needed. First, second, and signal for device unlocking, right? You can see that there are credentials providers, which includes PIN, fingerprint, facial recognitions, and trusted signals on phone proximity and network locations as well. So these are the GUIDs that those GUIDs would be used and configured with it, right? And you can see that under first lock factor, these can be used pins, fingerprint, and facial recognitions, and the second has trusted signal and pin. Now you would wonder how to configure this signal rules for trusted signal credentials provider, right? So there are different options and different ways, including rule element, signal element, Bluetooth, right? Along with IP configurations under V4, V6, V4 prefix, DSMP server, DNS server, right? And then gateways, DNS suffix on the Wi-Fi level as well. This is a network level Wi-Fi signals using one or more of the Wi-Fi elements, right? And then we have security levels as well, right? Which we can configure where another option on trusted root certificates, that sign quality, and here's the trusted signal configuration, right? So this can be configured in the trusted signal configuration policy. Now, how we are going to do that, right? We have some of the configurations that we need to do, and here is the options or ways for us to configure from Intune side. First is Microsoft Intune CSP and then group policy. So from the Intune side, we have this one, right? Where you can see administrative template, Windows Hello for Business, and settings is or setting name, device unlock plugins, right? So this is going to be the settings catalog policy, and same can be created. So I'll show you that as well quickly. And there is the custom settings that we can do, right, using CSP. And here's a small video which shows how the end user experience would be. So you can go ahead and see that, right? But that's pretty straightforward as well. So if I have to show you, you can just see it, how it looks, how it works. Perfect. So in first scenario, user was locked and user just clicked or user just used their thumbprint to log in, and then it authenticated via phone verification, right? Because phone proximity was enabled, right? That is why user was able to get in. Now, second scenario. Here you can see thumbprint was given and then it authenticated, and next is with PIN, right? So user has given both of those credentials and it is working as expected, right? So these are the both scenarios are covered in this specific demo, in the video demo, right? Bluetooth paired phone and then fingerprint plus PIN, right? So now let's jump back to the Intune portal and we can create policy, right? And on the other side as well, there is a lot of configuration settings under settings catalog that we can do and go ahead and configure. So I'm in Intune portal under Windows section for configuration policies. So I'll just go ahead and create a policy, right? So we need to create settings catalog policy and then select this one, and we should be good with this plugin option, right? So let's do that. I'll give it a name, something like this one, because I have created that before. That is why you see such name there. So I'll just select this name or this one. because it falls under Windows Hello for Business. And there's the Windows Hello for Business, and here's that device unlock plugin, right? So this setting is over here that we need to select and provide, right? So once it is over here, we can just go back and discard this other one, and it should be good. Now, here we need to provide device unlock plugin. So here's the bit of information, right? So it says list of plugins that the service provider monitor to detect user presence. Let's say I wanted to see more on it. I would simply come up here and you can just come back and that should be added over here. It should have the value. I'll just copy this one. Okay, so here it says description and device unlock, right? Which is applicable to all of these editions. It is applicable on device level, not the user level. And if it is format as notes, then we can put it as a get. Right. So you can see that these are the biometrics table, right? And the main is this one, right? So for this, we can simply devise description of the remote properties. So access type is get, and we can go ahead and get added, right? So once we are done, we should be good to go ahead and create a policy and create it, right? So this way the policy is going to be created and that should be ready. But before making this policy deployed across the organizations and before breaking any of those settings, we should definitely be testing it on few test devices, right? It is not something directly just create a policy and deploy it across that may impact the user experience and break anything that is really not expected, right? And that is why we have to make sure it is fully tested and see the different experiences of this policy, right? So this is how we can do it and configure it, and this is what I wanted to show you. And another is GPO, which is group policy objects, which is with Active Directory, right? And which can be configured with group policy objects. So for now, I don't have that environment with me, but definitely we can go ahead and configure it if we have Active Directory or hybrid environment. Then that's also possible to configure and deploy it across, right? So yeah, that's all I wanted to show you in this video and talk about how we can go ahead and do that. And definitely I would recommend you to go through these documents to get more details and understand them, because it's very important to know what is happening at the ground level, what is needed, and what we can do with it, right? So yeah, that's all for this video. I wanted to talk to you and show about. Hope you like it. Hope you learned something new. And let me know if you have any questions, doubts, and anything that you wanted to be on, right? So I'll be happy to collaborate and answer any questions you might have. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well so that you get to see every new video whenever it is uploaded, right? So yeah, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching and bye for now.